back to 22 Fashion Engineers. I'm Elizabeth, and today's video is all about turquoise eyeliner. I'm actually not using just one eyeliner. I'm using 3 eyeliners to create this look. I want to do something a little bit edgy but colorful and light, and I'm wearing accessories that have a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an attitude to them. I have a necklace that has wings. I have crosses in my ears. The eyeliner is very winged, very cat-like, and you can definitely use this blueprint to do an all black look and really go for that rocker feel. However, I wanted to do something completely different, and I wanted to make it all colorful. I wanted something that you could wear on the weekend or maybe going to a concert in the summertime, and this is what I came up with. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know, thumbs up, subscribe. All the information is in the information bar down below, as far as the names of the eyeliners and all the products that I used. Face, I already have the Maybelline Dream Wonder Liquid Touch Foundation, and I have a review and demo on this linked in the bottom bar below. Set with my favorite powder, go ahead and do that, and keep your contouring as minimal as possible. We want a little bit of dimension, but we don't want the bronze face for this look. We want to keep this look as light as possible, so I wanted to eliminate all forms of dark circles. I'm going to show you how I use not one but 2 concealers to make sure that I have as luminous of an eye area as possible. I'm starting with a True Match Super Blendable Crayon, and this is in the color Warm to 3, I believe. And the easiest way to use this is, first of all, when you get it started, put it on your hand and just rub it off, because for some reason it develops a film. Underneath that film there is a very creamy product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it directly onto my skin and place it exactly where I want. And then I'm going to just come in and tap with my fingers. If needed, use a concealer brush to blend everything. I like the way the heat off of my hands warms up the product and blends everything. Next, I'm going to be taking another concealer by L'Oreal. This is also a True Match Corrector Fusion Super Blendable Concealer as well. They're all super blendable apparently, and this one is also in the color Warm 123. The difference between this and the first one is that this is obviously a liquid, and also the first one was matte. This one is very luminous. It has very highlighting particles. I applied this all over my lower part of my eye here, and I'm blending it, and you see how as soon as I'm blending this, those light particles just reflect and they open up that area. Now we're drawing attention to our eyes purely with light, because light grabs our eyes as opposed to shadows that tend to disappear. If your dark circles aren't as bad as mine, you can probably skip the first concealer and just go for a luminous concealer instead. This is a very good choice from the drugstore. There's higher end brands as well. I know Touche Eclat by Yves Saint Laurent, I believe, is a very good option, and a lot of people like that. But, you know, this was, I believe, about $10, and it does the job. It's very important that we use an eyeshadow base. I'm using NYX's ESB003, and this is a skin tone eyeshadow base, and there's a little bit of color, so it's not only going to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow, but it's going to cover some of the veining and some of the discoloration on my eyelid, and I really want as even of a surface to work on as possible. That's why I'm using this. I'm putting it all over my upper eyelid, going into my crease and all the way towards my eyebrow, making sure that I get it in my inner corner as well. And I'm going to take a little bit on my finger and place it on my lower eyelid as well, because we're going to apply some eyeshadow and some eyeliner there, and we want to make sure that it grabs on and it stays. This is pretty long lasting, so it's going to do the trick. This look is how well we prepare the area before we even go in with shadows. Like I said, we want to have as even of a base as possible, and we want all the eyeshadows to adhere very well, because we're going to use a lot of light color eyeshadows, and lighter color eyeshadows for some reason have a tendency to not stick to your skin as well as the darker ones. And I know I have a lot of products already as far as concealer, foundation, and even the eyeshadow base, but I'm going to be using a product by NYX. This is a quad of, it's called Individual Eyes. Individual Eyes, and this is in Concrete Jungle. I believe this is for I don't know, green eyes or something like that. It's purple shades, and then they have a white shadow that we're going to be using. Not only that, but I'm actually going to go in and use these illuminators. This is supposed to be a primer, base primer, and this is going to be an illuminator. I've never really used this one. I don't find that I need it, but the illuminator has a very interesting texture. It's a cream product. Let me show you. It is a cream product that has a very liquid texture to it, and as you can see, it is very illuminating. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in, put on my fingers, and pretty much prime my eyelid, starting with my crease coming down. And that's a little bit unusual, but I will show you why. If you have a deep crease like I do, you can also come in with a concealer brush and make sure that you get it in your crease. For this look, I'm going to be doing something completely different from most eyeshadow looks. I'm not going to shadow my crease. I'm pretty much going to try to get rid of that shadow as much as possible and go the opposite way. Go with a very light color, in this case white. So I'm going to be placing this all over and blending it very well. I'm going to go a little bit towards my eyebrow, but I don't want to go with this luminous highlighter all the way to my eyebrow. I'm going to go down here and making sure that I get also my inner corner here near my tear duct. And you will see why in a second. Next, I'm going to be taking a retractable waterproof eyeliner by NYX. This is in the color white, and this is just one of those automatic pencils in pretty much a pure white. And if you have NYX's eye pencil in milk, which is the thicker version, that's even better. Go ahead and use that if the size of your crease matches that size. If not, if you have a small crease, then this is a very good option. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to place this from the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to follow my crease. You see that? Now, do you see how that primer that we applied earlier totally makes a difference? So this is a little bit different, a little bit strange, but stay with me. I am now going to be taking a slanted fluffy brush like this. This is an eyeshadow brush, and I'm pretty much going to come in and blend everything. You can also use your typical blending brush, but I really like the result of this EcoTools brush that is meant for eyeshadows actually, but like I said, I have a deep crease, so I find that this gives very, very good results. Look at that. And you can already see the difference. Like, my crease is starting to disappear a little bit compared to this one, and that's what we're looking for. Coming back to that NYX palette, we're going to be taking a small detailer brush like this, and we're going to be using this white color here. And this is pure white. This is not warm by any means. It doesn't have any purple reflex in it. It's pretty much your regular white. This has a lot of fallout, however. Look at that. So you want to make sure that we get rid of it. It also has a little bit of shimmer in it. And we're going to be following that white pencil all the way into the crease. And we're going to build this color. We don't want a lot in the beginning because it has that fallout. And this is how you work with difficult shadows. You build them up gradually. Okay? So I'm lining my crease, and then I'm going to blend a little bit upwards and then towards the middle section of my eyelid. Okay, and you're going to intensify this as needed because I do want to see the color white. It's going to complement the turquoise very, very beautifully, but we want it blended so it doesn't stand out on its own. Then we're going to blend, 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 blend. And so far, this is what the white looks like. To continue this look with two eyeshadows, an aqua color and a turquoise. This one is called To Muse and Carouse, and this one is a regular at the factory, and you've seen me use this orange in my how to wear orange eyeshadow tutorial, which is linked down below. These are limited edition from Wet n Wild last summer's editions. However, I do believe that they have a 2014 summer edition out with very similar colors. You can also use something like this other Wet n Wild trio. This is called I'm Feeling Retro. The only difference is that this turquoise here has shimmer and the other two are matte. Revlon also has a good option for turquoise in this quad. This is called Inspired, and also this turquoise has shimmer as well. First, I'm going to be taking this Lay Down brush by Sonia Kashuk, and I'm going to be using the To Muse and Carouse trio. And I'm going to come in here and grab as much pigment as possible, making sure that I get rid of the excess. There's not a lot of fallout with these, but you always want to make sure that you don't have extra. I'm going to put it not exactly from the crease, because we have this white in the crease, but I'm going to start from just under it and pretty much draw a ribbon across in the middle of my eyelid here. I'm not going to go all the way to the base of my eyelashes there. Now this is very delicate, and that's exactly what you want. You want something that is going to be pretty much a transition color between the white and the turquoise. So as you see, it's just a hint of color. We're going to keep using the same aqua color with a small pointed detail brush like this, and we're going to take this and bring it all the way under our eyelashes on the lower lid. And now all of those eyeshadow bases and primers and all of those shimmers, all those products actually help to grab onto this product without it getting into your eyes. I really don't like it when I get powder eyeshadow into my eyes, and using all these cream products beforehand ensures that they stay put. So we're going to bring it all around. Using the same detail brush that we use for the aqua, we're going to come into the second color, which is the more pronounced turquoise. And we're going to grab a little bit of this pigment, make sure we get rid of the excess, and bring it all around our upper eyelash line here, pretty much blending in with that aqua. And we want a very subtle transition, because this look is not about the eyeshadow, this look is about the eyeliner. But if we were to just wear turquoise eyeliner, it's not as effective as supporting it with the eyeshadow. So as you can tell, now we have a very subtle gradient leading to the eyelash line. If needed, go ahead and grab a blending brush and just make sure that everything is blended together, there are no harsh seams, and you pretty much have a gradient that starts with a dark turquoise here going all the way towards a white color in your crease. And now the eyeliner fun begins. You know me, why use just one eyeliner? I'm going to be using 3 actually, and I just featured these eyeliners in a recent haul. I'm gonna link that down below, along with a whole bunch of other eyeliners by NYX. These are 3 eyeliners that basically are going to form a gradient. Let me explain. This one is called Aqua Green, and I had a comment about this not necessarily being a green, but more of a turquoise. And on its own, it's definitely turquoise. When you place it next to the bluer options, it does tend to pick up a green tint for some reason. This second one is a darker, there you go, this is a darker version of it. You see how much more intense that is. And this is called Turquoise Blue. And then the darker one is called Gypsy Blue. Let me put that next to it. This is darker of all 3. So we're going to be using these. Pretty much this is your turquoise, this is your lighter version, which is an aqua, and this is more of a teal color, which is going to play the shadow part. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the aqua green, which is the lighter one, and we're going to come in right on the tear duct here, and we're going to be outlining pretty much a third, or actually more like a quarter, of your lower eyelash line. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the upper eyelash line. And I'm going to make sure that I get this to be pretty even. I'm not concerned with a very small thin line here, because I want to see this eyeliner. I want the turquoise to be noticed. So we're going to be blending everything together anyway, but I want to make sure that it's there and that it's visible, and that I don't skip, because sometimes eyeliners skip on your skin. You want everything blended, so take your time. This is what it looks like. Taking turquoise blue, and we're going to be lining our lower eyelash line. Ooh, this is retractable. From the point that we stopped with the aqua green to the other side of our pupil, which is roughly half of our eye here. And I'm gonna come in onto my lash line, not necessarily on my waterline yet. I want my lash line to be very well defined with this turquoise. And whatever excess just happens to get on my waterline, that's fine, but I'm not gonna actively go onto it. Just make sure everything is even, because I'm going, especially towards the outer edge, I can line a little bit of my waterline here towards the inner corner. I'm gonna be blending it with that gypsy blue. And then we'll do exactly the same thing on the upper lash line. Making sure that everything is blended. This is such a beautiful, beautiful summer color. And then we're going to be stopping just before we reach the outer V. And lastly, we're going to be taking gypsy blue, and we're pretty much going to finish the contour of our lower lash line here all the way into the corner. And this I'm going to place on my waterline as well, blending about halfway through and blending with that turquoise blue. And we're going to do the same thing on the upper lash line. Make sure that we meet the two in the corner. And I'm actually going to wing it out a little bit. I want a very nice finished line. These are very, very soft as well, which of course makes things a lot easier. And then we're going to grab a smudger brush, and we're going to blend everything together, starting from the inner corner towards the outer corner, and making sure that we get that wing, almost like it's in motion. Then we're going to come in on the lower lash line and do the same thing. Finish off the eyeshadow part with a highlighter, but not in the traditional sense where we have a very shimmery brow bone highlighter. I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in Brulee, and the reason why I'm using this is because it's almost an exact match for my skin tone, and it is a matte color. I'm going to be taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to finish off the look to make sure that there is no white eyeshadow that's straying all the way to my brow bone. This pretty much ties everything together. I'm going to bring it in underneath my brow right here, almost on the bridge of my nose. One tip that I have for you is, obviously this is a very good match for my skin tone. I'm very pale, but of course depending on your skin tone, take an eyeshadow that matches or is very close to that and it's matte to finish everything off. I would say if you don't have an eyeshadow like that, grab your face powder and a traditional lay down brush like this and pack that powder densely right underneath your brow bone, and make sure that you bring everything together, because we want to make sure that this look is finished. It's not, you know, colors all over the place. It's very bold and we want that, but the details always make a difference. If you have sparkles and shadow all over without finishing it off, you're not going to look like you knew what you were doing. It's going to look messy. So when you have everything polished, then the attention is on how bold your look is and how daring, and everybody's going to appreciate that, instead of looking at you and thinking that you don't know what you're doing with eyeshadow and colors. Now, we are not going to kill this very fresh and very colorful look by adding black eyeliner. I know a lot of you don't feel comfortable without having some sort of, even the thinnest line of black eyeliner. I would say if you absolutely must do that, go ahead and tightline underneath your eyelash line from the inside instead of on the top, because we want that turquoise to stand out on the top of your eyelid. I'm not an advocate for tight lining, but I know a lot of people are comfortable doing that, so go ahead and try it out, see if you like it. However, I'm going to leave this eyeliner to speak for the whole look, and I'm going to come in with a lot of black mascara. This is L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes, and this is in black or carbon black, I'm not sure. It's a very dark mascara, and I'm going to be coating absolutely every lash from the smallest ones found on the inner corner all the way to the outer ones, and I'm going to go straight up. If you usually curl your lashes, that's also a good idea, because we want very, very black, very visible lashes that are defined. And we want to make sure that we get the outer corner as well. There's always a few hidden lashes, and make sure that you don't mess your makeup like I just did. If you do, that is not a big deal. I'm going to show you how to fix it with a cotton swab and just a little bit of eye makeup remover. And we're going to separate our lashes in the meantime with an eyelash comb. We can apply a second coat. And separate the lashes again. We're also going to be applying the same mascara on our lower lashes, making sure that we really, really don't mess up that part of the eyeliner, because it's just easier when you don't have to clean up. We're going to clean up any little mistakes with some pointy cotton swabs like this. These are manicure swabs. I bought these from Harmon. And a little bit of eye makeup remover. This is by Neutrogena. And it's very, very simple. Just grab one of them, dip it in the eye makeup remover. Make sure you don't have too much. And then come in and get rid of any little nicks that you might have done. And then use the dry part to get rid of any drops that might threaten to ruin the rest of your makeup by spreading. If necessary, you can come in with some extra eyeshadow and fix that, or eyeliner. I don't need to, but if you do, go ahead and do that right now. For cheeks, I'm going to stay away from any kind of pink blush, any kind of color. I'm going to use something very natural by NARS. This is Luster. And this is a almost like a skin tone, somewhat apricot-y color with a little bit of golden shimmer. I'm going to be using it with a very large powder brush, not a smaller blush brush, because I want a more liberal application. Pretty much the apples of my cheeks going towards my temples, just to warm up my face and to soften that contour a little bit that I applied that bronzer earlier. But as you can see, not overwhelm my face or contrast in any way with the eyeliner. You can go ahead and use your favorite highlighter and just add a little bit of highlight on the top of your cheeks. If you don't have a highlighter or you want to keep things simple, I'm going to give you a quick tip. I'm using a Revlon lip butter. This is in the color Pink Lemonade, and I believe this was a limited edition from last year. Although I've seen them around, so I'm not sure. I'm going to pretty much take the whole stick the way it is. You see it's a very flat lipstick. I personally don't like wearing this on my bare lips because it has virtually no coverage. What it does have, it has a little bit of a shine to it, and instead I use it pretty much like a cream blush. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to come in right at the top of my cheekbone and draw a line, and that's it. Now I have a pink line, so obviously I have to go in there before it sets and blend, 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 blend. But look how that just highlighted everything in a very, very subtle way, and this is going to last and last on your cheeks because it is a cream lipstick. So cream products, as you know, they offer a little bit of staying power. You can see how that catches the light very, very subtly. If you don't have that lip butter by Revlon, another good choice also by Revlon is this lipstick in Silver City Pink, and you've seen me wear this in a different tutorial. I'll link that down below. It's pretty much the same thing except it's a frostier lipstick, and what can I say, you can use lipsticks as blushes and highlighters. Instead of lipstick, I'm going to be using this NYX Matte Velvet lip pencil in Roman Holiday. Let's see. Right there, and this is one of those crayons that you don't twist up, you have to sharpen, but I like to sharpen mine and then wear it down on one side consistently. That creates a flatter surface and is more lipstick like, and also it creates this edge here that you can pretty much turn and use as a lip liner if you need to define your lips a little bit more. I like this matte velvet lip pencils. Are they lip pencils? Velvet matte lip pencils by NYX because they are long lasting, they're fairly comfortable, you only need some sort of balm, and they're not very intrusive, they're very subtle, especially this one. It looks a little bit pinkish, a little bit rosy. It has a very, very satin finish, so it's not frosty, it's not pearl-like, it's not matte completely, and it's just it's something that would tie in with the rest of my outfit, which is pretty much in the same intensity like this shirt. This is in peach, but it's the same intensity, so it's not going to compete with the turquoise that we placed on our eyes, but it's pretty much going to have those lemony, lemonade-ish, cantaloupe-ish colors for summertime, and that's just going to support the turquoise instead of competing with it. So I'm going to be applying this right away, and you see how fast this goes. You can turn it, like I said, and align your upper lip or your lower lip depending on how much definition you need. And that's it. Very quick, very easy. I would also say that you can put the Pink Lemonade on top just to tie the whole look together. And there you go. This is the final look. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have the courage to experiment a little bit with color, and let me know where you would wear this look, how you would wear it. If you do, if you recreate it, I would love to see your results. Until next time, please thumbs up the video if you like it, subscribe, and leave me your feedback in the comments section down below. All the products, as usual, are listed in the bottom bar below, so don't forget to extend that, as well as links to the other looks in the series, the turquoise series, the yellow, the red, orange. I'm doing a whole summer series focused on color and having fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.